It's Tuesday again, and I would like to hang with you lads, but I'm off to listen to the new episode of the Slaven Selection Show. Play now or stay in dark forever.
So, not darkness, for that implies the understanding of light. Not silence, for that suggests a familiarity with sound. Not loneliness, for that requires knowledge of others. Nothing more than that. Just awareness, a vague, ethereal sense of being. This is an excerpt from the book Wake, the first in the trilogy Wake, Watch, Wonder by Robert G. Sawyer. Maybe in the beginning actually was the command line, but then consequently the light came as well. A spark in the dark. Something came out of nothing. But I'm heading too far in the future. The self-aware AI is scheduled for September. Hold on. It is September. Wait a minute, really? Mr. Shapiro, what the heck? Well, according to surveys of AI experts done in 2022 and previous years, there is a 50% possibility that AGI will exist by 2059. Nonetheless, experts disagree on a number of important points. In the realm of AI philosophy and research, the subject of whether artificial general intelligence will be self-aware is nuanced and hotly contested. AGI versus self-awareness. Well, artificial general intelligence is the ability of an AI to carry out any intellectual work that a person can, possibly even beyond human capacity. Though it's not always necessary for AGI, but self-awareness is the conscious recognition of as a unique entity. It's AGI could exist without self-awareness, according to some academics, as intelligence does not inevitably imply consciousness or subjective experience for that matter. Sentience is the ability to sense feelings such as emotions or perceptions, whereas consciousness is commonly defined as experiencing subjective experiences. When talking about the ethical ramification of artificial intelligence, these characteristics are seen as crucial. AGI would need to have some degree of consciousness or self-awareness, according to some researchers, in order to qualify as, quote marks, strong AI. However, this is still a theoretical field of study. It wouldn't make much sense to start pointing fingers at Ben Shapiro, saying that he was overly optimistic regarding the coming of artificial general intelligence in September this year. I believe it was in episode 2, sometimes in January or February this year, when I discussed the AI for the first time. Back then I mentioned that I'll be self-referential now. The presenter is well read and articulated, as he has already made several quite accurate forecasts. So I have no reason not to believe his words. Maybe I didn't have no reason not to trust him back then, but it's only now I realize that people can get carried away sometimes. Well, I'm no different. I have personal prognosis when it comes to November, but that certainly doesn't mean it's a certainty. It's just my opinion. Believe whatever. The current AI systems are designed for specific tasks, speech recognition, like images, playing chess, and solving complex time-consuming math problems. They're good at what they do, but they're limited in scope. AGI will have much broader range of capabilities, similar the way human adapts across different domains. Shane Legg, co-founder and principal AGI scientist at Google DeepMind, thinks that AGI will be developed 50% of the time by 2028. Dario Amodei, Anthropic's co-founder and CEO, believes that within 2 to 3 years, a human-level AI might be developed. Also, according to OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, AGI might be realized within the next 4 to 5 years. Experts and researchers in artificial intelligence have offered a variety of predictions on when artificial general intelligence would be realized. Some of these forecasts, especially the one that says AGI will arrive in September of 2024, seem unduly optimistic. Now, this is not about David Shapiro, but I have to mention, recently he has drastically lowered his forecasts for the rate of advancement of AI. Shapiro had earlier anticipated again that AGI will come in September in 2024. I guess he changed his mind. He has produced films discussing how AI is slowing down, and he's now retracting his earlier claim that job losses and a transition brought about by AGI will occur in 2027 or up to 2030. There was a 50% possibility that high-level machine intelligence will exist by 2059, according to a 2022 study of 738 AI professionals. 50% of the 500 AI researchers surveyed in 2012 and 2013 predicted that the likelihood of AGI by 2040 and 90% predicted it by 2075. Also, according to a 2017 study of 352 AI specialists, there are 50% likelihood that by 2060 AGI will happen. Transformative AI is predicted to emerge by 2033 with a 50% chance, according to a model based on the AI scaling hypothesis. Expert poll median estimates point to a 50% chance of AGI before 2048. Outstanding prognosticators predict a 50% probability of AGI by 2070. According to Robert G. Sawyer, the Dean of Canadian Science Fiction, there are 3 pessimistic AI scenarios for the future. The Matrix scenario, where the AI decides to enslave us, then the Terminator scenario, where AI decides to eliminate us, and the Borg scenario, where AI decides to absorb us. The artificial intelligence known as WebMind, as presented in Sawyer's novel Wake, is different significantly from other literary presentations of AI in a number of ways. First, unlike many traditional AI portrayals that emphasize robotic behavior or programmed responses, WebMind is shown to be evolving towards self-awareness. It goes through a developmental process akin to that of human child, learning language and perception through interaction with the outside world, much like Helen Keller's Voyage of Discovery. In contrast, AI such as HAL 9000 from 2001, A Space Odyssey, which is one of my favorite movies, I think it's amazing, which, despite being intelligent, function within a fixed framework of programming and eventually display destructive tendencies. While some experts predict that AGI will be achieved in the next 4 to 5 years and that ACI will follow it in a matter of weeks or months, others contend that significant advancements in AI technology are still needed to bring AGI, much alone SCI, closer to reality. Although SCI can refer to a number of ideas, it stands for Artificial Superintelligence when used in reference to artificial intelligence. And theoretically, AI can be more intelligent than humans in all domains, including creativity, problem solving, and emotional intelligence. Masayoshi Son, the CEO of SoftBank, thinks that within 10 years, artificial intelligence (SEI) that is 10,000 times smarter than human geniuses could exist. Superintelligence might materialize this decade, according to a recent essay from OpenAI, even if it now appears far off. They also alluded to allocating resources to resolve the alignment issue in less than 4 years, implying a sense of urgency regarding the possible quick development of SCI following the achievement of AGI. Even while SCI is still purely theoretical, IBM points out that significant technologies like vast language models, enormous databases, and sophisticated AI capabilities are laying the groundwork for SCI. They do, however, warn that software replication of the brain's functioning is challenging because its mechanisms are still little understood. There is a disagreement, but some AI executives and business believe that if significant advancements are made, SCI might be built sooner than many think, possibly in the next 5 to 10 years. More conservative forecasts, however, contend that SCI won't occur for several decades given the status of AI technology now. Ben Goertzel is a computer scientist and AI researcher who has made significant contributions to the subject of artificial general intelligence. He defines intelligence as the ability to detect patterns in the world and in the agent itself, measurable in terms of emergent behavior or of achieving complex goals in complex environments. A so-called baby-like artificial intelligence is initialized, then trained as an agent in a simulated or virtual world such as Second Life to produce a more powerful intelligence. I don't know. Have you ever played that, Second Life? I only heard of it. I have no idea what it is. Anyways, knowledge is represented in a network whose nodes and links carry probabilistic truth values as well as attention values, with the attention values resembling the weights in a neural network. Several algorithms operate on this network, and the central one being a combination of a probabilistic inference engine and a custom version of evolutionary programming. Evolutionary programming is a subset of evolutionary algorithms that focuses on improving numerical parameters inside a fixed structure rather than changing the structure itself. Lawrence J. Fogel first presented this methodology in the 1960s as a means to simulate evolution for artificial intelligence applications, specifically employing finite state machines to address prediction problems. Unlike genetic programming, which allows both the structure and parameters to vary, evolutionary programming keeps the program structure constant while allowing the numerical parameters to change across generations. The primary operator in evolutionary programming is mutation. This means that new solutions or offspring are formed by making random changes to existing solutions parents, rather than mixing traits from many parents as seen in other evolutionary methods such as genetic algorithms. Evolutionary programming focuses on the behavioral relationship between parents and offspring rather than merely replicating genetic mechanisms found in nature. This provides flexibility in how solutions are reviewed and evolved. And again, I think it was already in the second episode of this podcast back in January or early February, I believe, I spoke about our Canadian specialists in the field. So yes, don't trust buzzword like Buzzsprout statistics, because according to Buzzsprout, I have started this podcast in March, which I did not. It's been around since January, so just to let you know. So yeah, Canada is home to several renowned AI research institutions that play an important part in the advancement of artificial intelligence technology. Main research institutes include AMI, I guess, which stands for Alberta Machine Intelligence Institute, then MILA, which is in Quebec Artificial Intelligence Institute, and the Vector Institute in Toronto. There is also the National Research Council of Canada Computer Vision, data analytics, and natural language processing, and partners with business and government to promote AI technology. Universities are active as well. And again, famous Professor Joshua Benjo of the University of Montreal, a pioneer in the field of deep learning, thinks artificial intelligence won't arrive for decades. In an interview from 2022, he said, "I think we're still very far away from human-level AI, maybe 20 to 50 years away." Then the godfather of deep learning, or Geoffrey Hinton, is a well-known AI researcher who has revised his AGI timescale in recent years. He previously estimated that it would take 50 years to get AGI in 2010s, but now he estimates it might take 5 to 20 years in 2023. Richard Sutton, a University of Alberta professor and reinforcement learning pioneer, is more wary. In 2022 interview, he said, "I think it's very hard to predict, but I would say it's unlikely to happen in the next 10 years. Then Doina Prekup, McGill University professor and DeepMind research scientist, contends that while progress is being made, critical discoveries are still needed to achieve AGI. In a 2021 interview, she stated, "I don't think we're close to AGI yet. We're still missing some fundamental insights. But this was a while ago, and I don't have recent information on their opinion at the moment." They say a watched pot never boils. Maybe, until it does. But again, will we notice it at all? I mean, will at least Robert G. Sawyer be aware of it? Time will tell, that's for sure. Stuart Russell, a well-known AI researcher, explores the potential consequences of attaining artificial general intelligence in his lecture from just a couple of days ago with the title, "AGI, What If We Succeed?" As Stuart points out, recent breakthroughs in AI have fueled speculations that AGI is within grasp, perhaps outperforming human skills in every way. And given our current lack of understanding of how to manage AGI systems, attaining AGI could endanger civilization, including human extinction. Russell contends that we need to develop a new type of AI that is demonstrably helpful to humans, rather than the current method, which might result in us losing control of our future. Still, that does not answer the question. So, it is not this suspenseful September we will witness something closer to sentient machines. I even heard some insanely pessimistic predictions stating that AGI won't be available before year 3000, way after we reach the so-called quantum era. Given the rate at which technology is growing, even the most pessimistic among us would find this absurd. Shapiro might have missed the point, or a few months for that matter, but not by far. Despite considerable advances in artificial intelligence, notably with large language models, LLMs, such as GPT-4, these systems are more sophisticated pattern identification tools than true AGI. They excel at producing meaningful language based on statistical patterns discovered from large datasets, but they lack actual comprehension and reasoning ability. Current AI methods lack the ability to generalize knowledge across various fields or acquire causal understanding, which are required for AGI. At a certain point, it will cross the line towards AGI and it will not stop. And again, will we be able to notice it? Or is it going to look like a typical zero-day breach when we realize the thing has spread everywhere without letting us know 6 months later or worse? Does the system have an obligation to alert you? We are not talking about Asimov's laws here. Oh no, Asimov's laws have provoked much debate over their application to modern AI systems. While they do give a basic framework for thinking about robot ethics, detractors contend that they're extremely simplistic and inadequate for dealing with the intricacies of real-world AI applications. For the most of AI's history, the discipline has adhered to a rational behavior model in which robots are intelligent to the extent that their actions achieve their objectives. For us mortals, the only option is, again, to sit and wait. As I have said many times, time will tell. Whatever occurs, I can only make a general, hazy prediction. We will be astonished by how it happens. Personally, I'm content to live in a never-ending anticipation of various routes and possibilities for our glorious future as intelligent primates and silicon gods we created with our own brain cells. Never forget that humans came from our caves somewhere between 50,000 and 40,000 years ago. It's mind-boggling. There was something biologically miraculous about evolutionary selection that I couldn't quite pinpoint. Evolution selected you and me. So why not? Although human brains were bigger 3,000 years ago, for the sake of your brain cells, stay selective. Bye-bye.